Okay. So, while we wait, we're going to chat a little bit. So, this is India, for those of you who have never seen her before. She is an amazing, amazing woman. She is a soul sister. She is an intuitive reader as well. And she's going to be helping me with deciphering what energies are going to be basically here in this tail end of the portal for us right now. So, any guidance that comes through regarding this. Anything, honestly, that Spirit wants us to discuss regarding this.
Thank you. Yeah. There's definitely some powerful energies going on right now. I'll say that. And I'll say that, just to throw in that you may have noticed this too, Ruchi, but a lot of people may be experiencing some heaviness in their bodies, some kind of, it almost feels like we're filled with concrete right now, is a metaphor they're giving me. And this is because a lot of spiritual realities, if you will, are taking root in your physical life and in your body. So your body's being infused with a lot of your new spiritual reality, your new reality that's coming into the reflection in your physical. So you may be, oh, thank you, Jeez Louise says she's feeling that. You may be feeling that kind of like someone's filled me up with concrete, and your body might be manifesting that in different ways. Just know that it's normal and it's part of these energies that Ruchi was talking about, which are going to kind of close out and transition with the winter solstice on Friday, and then may hang around till the new moon on the 5th. But definitely, like this portal, this couple weeks will transition us out of that into, the next expansion. It'll feel really good. Feel much lighter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of stuff wrapping up this year. All of the cycles, everything that needs to be released, being released, because these energies are not welcome in 2019.
Right. Well, it's a springboard. It's a springboard. Yeah. They're great, and there's nothing wrong about it. It's just sort of springing us into what's next, which is going to be amazing. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, lots of stuff. Wow.
Yes. Good to see
your arms and your legs and chest. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of people are having a lot of people are having a lot of the physical stuff lately.
Ruchi, would you mind, just because Spirit's guiding me? Sorry, I'm having throat chakra action.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I just share something that might help with that physical stuff? Okay, so what you're going to do is just whatever your physical symptom, whether it's heaviness, whether you're having cramps, whether you're having headaches, whether you're having, someone's having chest pains, whatever it is, or just mental angst, first you're going to bring awareness about it. And actually, saw a technique like this recently. Just picture it as a color, picture it as a shape, picture it as much concretely as you can to remove it from you. And then ask yourself, where is this in me? Where is this in me? Just sort of pinpoint it as much as you can. And then just do that again. Just picture it again, color, shape, however you can physically, to conceptualize it. Where is it in me? And just do that as many times as you can to bring awareness around it as separate from you, because you are not your mind or your body, you're your spirit energy. So that's going to cause a little bit of distance. Once you have that distance, you can kind of dive down out of that melding, that association with the pain in your body, and you can dive down into that spirit awareness and picture yourself as a diver up in your mind, taking a big swan dive down into your heart. And you'll feel, when you do that, kind of your shoulders relax. You'll feel your body ease a little bit, and just feel yourself go more with that flow. And that's going to ease up that pain just a little bit, just to kind of cause that separation from it and that identification with that heavy body right now. So I just hope that's helpful.
No, the visuals definitely always help. Always. Because not everyone can just be like, okay, identify, not mine, get out.
Yes.
Yeah, so the visual definitely helps. I know that definitely helped me with whenever we had the intentional magic with Jen, when she said to breathe the ugly color out and the beautiful color in, and that one stuck with me. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Jen Huber's color meditation that she says isn't hers, but she does beautifully, is just amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Not really sure what's going to come out here, but we'll just go with whatever comes out. Oh, okay. So we can just, whatever comes out, you're welcome to just throw it out there, India.
I'm glad that's helping. A couple of people are saying that's helping. I'm glad. I'm really glad.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And by the way, working with different people who offer different things, like, we both do intuitive work. Jen, who you were just talking about, Jen Hoover does shamanistic work. I know Chris, who's on here, does shamanistic work. So it's like finding different people with different areas that can help you with different aspects. If you're experiencing something very physical, that's the time, to connect with someone who can deal with those energies in the physical form like that. So just, and you've done a beautiful thing here, Ruchi, by connecting people to all these different, different light workers who do different things, and that's going to help a lot.
Yeah. I know that's why Spirit definitely showed me this project, because I know a lot of soul sisters have been connecting with one another, and then just more soul family in general have been connecting. So that makes my heart so happy.
Yeah, that's true. They have.
All right. So we have a repeated message here from the live that we did with Jen. So for those who did watch that, you know that strong message that came out was with the Hawk Prince with Spirit communication. So paying attention still to the guidance that we are receiving during these times of making sure that we are self-aware of the things that we need to release, the things we need to accept, the things we need to move on from, and just towards your path as well. Just really, I know a lot of people have been telling me that more than usual, they have been bombarded with synchronicities and whatnot, and these are just further activations for your light body as well. So, yes, it's guidance, but yes, it's activation. So there's like a good balance between the both right now. And with these portal energies, it is number 11, by the way, if that's anything to anyone, but that's a huge number, and it's really strong. Okay, I need a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Take your time.
And then I'm going to pull some more I'm going to pull some more clarifying the other messages that came out. And India, I'm going to let you take over for a second here while I do that.
Okay, certainly. Okay. So this is kind of in conjunction with what you're pulling out is pretty interesting. What I'm getting from Spirit here is that this portal is being used for everyone here, everyone who's resonating with this reading. It's lining up it's lining you up with what you desire, what you're envisioning, specifically for your relationship, specifically for who you want to attract into your physical reality to reflect that self-love to you, which is what this person will be, a physical reflection of the love you're already receiving from the divine and giving to yourself with this Queen of Cups. You have come into this ability to flow that love in from the divine, to flow it out, to experience it, to be it. And since you've come into that, you are now ready to see that reflected to you. And here's the kind of map that the spread is giving you to get there. First, you have the Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. And this is the card about persevering, even though you've been through a lot. So everyone who's resonating with this reading, every single person here has been through a lot of heart pain to get here to this place of power, this place of emotional depth, this place of understanding what it is that you are and have to give. And it's been tough. And, you're kind of sitting here going like, do I go on? There may be many people here who are even like, do I even want to be in a relationship? Do I just, do I want to kind of close myself off from that? Because, it just is so difficult. You think the past is going to repeat. That is the mind. Because this card is talking about perseverance with that lion there. It's talking about moving forward in that wand's passion, regardless of the pain that you've been through. Not regardless, but in the face of the pain that you've been through. Because you're supported. Look, Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. You have complete support. You have complete love. You already are that love. You have that love. And the divine is bringing it into you in the form of all of these cups, all of this richness I'm getting, just luxuriousness. This is just you feeling connected and surrounded by this love all the time. So that's why you're going to be able to see it reflected in your reality in the physical. Now what you're being given as your next steps are to open to the avalanche of guidance, like Ruchi was talking about, all the synchronicities, all the things that have been coming in a steady flow. This is an avalanche of guidance that you're getting right now. Probably dreams, probably interesting interactions with people, but these messages are coming in to lead you here. Now, it's also going to be leading you into a new energy. You know, you walked away from one energy to get here. You walked away from what you needed to heal, remove yourself from. As you move forward, you're going to be walking toward all of these beautiful cups. So that's what this is going to lead you to. So you can see in the physical, and just one more, and I'll turn it back over to you, Ruchi. That is okay. Interesting. Well, this has to come with something else real quick. So I've been seeing this card all over personal readings today. It's crazy. And I've been seeing it in other people's readings as well. This card's been everywhere. It's the Page of Swords. So what this is saying is that as you've come into this, and I feel like, Ruchi, you may be offering some confirmation on this, but someone else is watching you, you know, either energetically or physically or both, or just thinking of you. But someone has their eye on you. This is not in a bad, threatening way, but this is in a way where they're seeing you move in this new direction. They're seeing you in this Queen of Cups, and they're just watching, and who knows what they'll do. I mean, it'll be different for every person here. But the important thing to remember, we also have Knight of Cups with that. Okay, interesting. So there may be some offering. Okay, so they're watching, they're thinking about offering in many cases here. But what's important is to stay in that Queen of Cups power and visualization of what it is that you want, because it may very well be in the form of this person who, you know, is watching you, is coming in, maybe coming back, or it may be in a new form. Page of Wands, totally new beginning. And this is kind of saying it's up to you. You know, what are you vibrating with? What are you going toward? What is it that you want? What are you asking the divine for? But just know that everything's coming toward you with that Eight of Wands, this Knight, you know, everything's coming toward you. Just remember, you're that, she's getting so many confirming cards. Just remember, you're that Queen of Cups. You are calling the shots. Nobody else is, okay? So you are the one who is deciding things, and you're going to decide things in a way that makes it right for you, that makes it what you want to see in your physical life, okay, with the Hierophant. So thank you. That kind of went out of control there, but
hey, it's welcome. So I did have the beginning messages, the exact same messages that you channeled through. We got the same two cards that we got in the previous one. So we got Hawk Prince, and we also got Resilience, and that's when you said Perseverance, and I was like, yes, okay, we're going on the right track. So there is a bit of, exactly like India said, I don't remember exact words that you said, but there's this, you've been so hurt that you've set up these boundaries, and it's almost in a self-sabotaging kind of way. So it's really important right now to break through these cycles, to set your intention, call on your guides if you need to help with breaking out of these cycles. Because this is regarding, for most of you, your masculine. Because that came out real strong, and they're like, it is what it literally is, Ruchi. And I was like, no, but I want to say it's their masculine. And you're like, no, Ruchi, just say it. And then you said, and I was like, okay, we get it. Okay. Pulled more cards. There's this huge thing around two things right now. Making sure that you are balanced with where you are with self-love. Just like India said, making sure you're filling your own cup. And also with divine timing. We had two cards that came out. We have divine order over here, and we have TikTok. This is divine timing and divine order right here. So these messages probably are going to resonate with a lot of you, but remember, everyone's journey is different. Just because it doesn't happen at a certain time, it doesn't happen when you want it to, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It probably is going to happen in a way better way. So it's just really important to be open to however it's unfolding right now. And your focus right now should be closing out those cycles and making sure that you are taking care of you. Back to what they wanted to say is be open to communication from an unexpected place. So you guys may be hearing from someone. There may be an offer, that Page of Swords, that Knight of Cups. I'm definitely getting that a lot of you are connected with someone who maybe still keeping their distance from you, because we are also getting deep memories are stirring. You could be thinking about this person. They could be thinking about you as well. However, oh yeah, heat. Okay. But it's really important right now to let go of the past hurts and focus on forgiveness of yourself, of them, of everyone that you've encountered on your journey, and focusing on releasing that, because that's part of the cycles as well. You are shown those cycles for a reason, to close out certain things, and seeing even if your heart is breaking. That's filling your own cup. That's taking care of you. Yes, it's good to have boundaries, guys, but you have to make sure that it's in a place of, I'm taking care of me, and then we can worry about others in a loving, healthy way, not in a way of self-sabotage and lack mentality of, I don't understand how another person could show me these emotions if I can't. I don't understand. No, I don't want to get hurt again. You can't do that. So learning how to break free from that is what the thing is here. And we're also getting a third thing of very straightforward message in a bottle. Learning to make sure that you are still in balance whenever possibly this comes in is key as well. Don't let it knock you off your game. I'm going to pull a couple more, and India, if you'd like to add anything else?
Yeah, I have a few more. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple that this is really cool. So it definitely goes on what you just said. This manage to be glad, create your own happiness regardless of conditions. And this really brings to my awareness what we've been working toward, walking toward for so long as a collective: unconditional love. It's also unconditional joy. It's unconditional being and receiving of joy and love from the divine. And what Ruchi was just describing was, detaching from all of the external circumstances that previously you would have looked to bring you this gladness, this joy, this fulfillment, this abundance. And yes, you can still, it's like a fountain. You can still flow these things out and receive them recirculated, reflected back in from who's around you, what's around you. But it does not depend on who's around you, what's around you for you to receive this. It depends only on the divine, and only on your connection within. So it's being content, not content in a complacent way, but satisfied in that connection with the divine. And then we also have Archangel Michael, lean on God and your angels for support. So continually turning over to the divine those places where you are feeling difficulty or challenge or uncertainty with these other factors coming in, turning that over. This is really cool with the Sacred Tarot for the Heart. We got 2 ones. We got the Magician with Manifest. So you're in that powerful manifestation energy. Remember that as you align with, don't get off track with focusing on anything that's not what you want. Particularly when these challenges pop up, right? So these challenges are what Ruchi was talking about, these things that might come at you, these things that might be reflections of the fears or the things that we're working through still as we resonate with just being in this joy. As you resonate with just being in this joy, this love, you're going to come across those final barriers to it. And we'll be working with those till the day we're not on the planet, because that's just the continual healing process. But we'll lift away more and more layers like an onion. As you do that, those things will be reflected in your reality to be dealt with. Continue to turn over again and again to the divine. I'm seeing this challenge, this fear again. Please, protect me from it. Please guide me through it. The other one we got is the Ace of Cups. So this is being conscious that what you want to manifest is this Ace of Cups. You want to manifest this love abounding in everything you do. And again, we talked at the beginning about that message about this spiritual reality being channeled and rooted down in our physical reality. Here's the divine. Here is us and our hearts and our being, and rooting that down into the earth, into the planet. And that's what you're doing right now, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of who you're with or not with. And then finally, after the challenge card came out, we got the star card, shine. So it's about following your soul. So here, root that heart energy down, follow your soul for guidance. It's going to carry you through any challenge, and make sure you're very conscious that you are manifesting exactly what's coming into your physical reality. Okay. And that's a beautiful confirmation of what you were saying, Ruchi, about no matter what's happening, make sure you stay focused in that way in your energy.
Oh, yeah. It is important to rely on the divine right now. You are not alone in this ever.
Yeah.
And it's so important right now to really just accept that and move forward with it. Because you are being guided, guys. You are being guided, and just because you can't see the path ahead doesn't mean that it's not there. And just because it's not looking the way you want it to doesn't mean it's not good for you.
Right. And it doesn't mean you're wrong. That's an important thing to point out.
No.
We've had a lot of readings lately where the person in the reading is feeling like, well, gosh, and, we've all felt this way. I had been going in this direction. I had been going toward this person. That didn't work out. I was wrong. How could I have been wrong? And it really shakes our confidence in ourselves. There was nothing, no step on your path that was ever wrong, or that's wrong now, or that will be wrong. All of it is remembering that every single step is leading you to the next gift, to the next thing, to the next healing, to the next unfolding, to the next lesson, to the next facing of a fear, uncovering and covering, and all peeling back all of these layers to everything that's yours in alignment with your higher self. So there is no misstep. You did not do anything wrong. You weren't off your path, and you're not now. So everything is as it should be, like Ruchi said, for your greatest good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just to confirm that even more, I'm looking at the spread here that I pulled while India was doing her thing. And we have just some more confirmations. We have Kali with endings and beginnings. So these are just more of those cycles, ending out, new ones, new energies, ushering in, and blossoming is the word I just got with that. So beautiful things around the corner, not only just in love, if that doesn't resonate with you, but I'm sure it will with a lot, but everything that you've been manifesting, like that magician card that came out with India. You're also being reminded everything is okay and not to worry. It's working out in a beautiful way. So same message, even if you can't understand it or see it. We have two messages of being strong and having strength. So we have Sekhmet with be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. And we have Angel of Strength as well. And if I remember correctly, I think India also got a card with some kind of lion in it.
Oh, yeah. Nine of Wands. Persevering.
Wow. Yeah. So really just connecting with your guides, connecting with your higher self, and not letting the fear take over, not letting the negative thoughts get to you, because we do have as a block surrendering negative thoughts. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the way I get
when you say, Ruchi, having compassion with yourself, saying, this is a lot of fear to be facing. This is a lot of healing to be doing. These things go far back. They go beyond me. They go beyond this lifetime. They go beyond my body and, into ancestry. Have compassion for yourself that you're doing a lot. You're healing a lot. It's not like, I should be done with this. I can't believe I'm dealing with this again.
And that's what I was going to get to next is you cannot force things to speed up. You should not. Don't beat yourself up if things are not happening as fast, even if it's just your own healing, even if it's learning to fill your own cup. Whatever it is, everything is happening for a reason. Once again, like India said, you have done nothing wrong. Everything up until this moment, even that you're watching us right now, has been to serve a purpose. So really just aligning with that and understanding that you will be carried through the next few moments now and always is really important, because a lot of you I'm really getting are feeling all tied up, feeling anxious. You have no idea what to do. You feel helpless. You're not sure how to get out of the situation. I'm like literally seeing her as you guys trying to squeeze out and you can't. But once you surrender to the divine and say, I can't do this on my own, SOS, help. Even if that's people in your reality, soul sisters and family that you connect with, or the divine itself, you will be victorious. You will push through it. You will.
Yeah. And really, I mean, it's lifting the expectation from yourself that you even should be able to do it yourself, because that's a block that prevents, the divine from being able to get in and express fully through you. This is really cool, because you know how the Queen of Cups came out first in this spread, and it came out again, the Queen of Cups. It came out with the Knight of Pentacles. So what that's saying is, you've done all this healing, you've come into this fullness within yourself, everything that you're embodying, that is, what the healing that you've done, the work that you've done, is slowly but surely, because, the Knight of Pentacles is slow, but he is real, and this is a real energy of whatever it is that you're manifesting, love, the life you want, the job you're wanting, where you want to live, whatever it is, slowly but surely making its way into your reality, because you are holding this vibration of joy and love. So it is showing up in your physical reality. It will happen. Remember, the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that for sure is going to get there and become a king, for sure. That's a sure thing whenever you see the Knight of Pentacles. There's nothing that will deter the Knight of Pentacles from that path. So just know, as long as you're holding that vibration, loving yourself, being that, you will see whatever it is that you're manifesting. You will release the attachment to exactly the package it's going to look like, but you will receive it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Lots of good stuff coming, but I'm picking up on still some anxiety here. More so around the fact that, do I deserve this? So you have to be in alignment with knowing that, yes, you will get what you want, but you also have to conquer the fear of, do I deserve it? Because you do. All of us are deserving of it. Yeah, there's also a fear of when the awesome thing comes in, like, oh, wow, that's just way too awesome. I don't think I can handle it. It's like... It's a lot. It's like Jen and I were talking... Once you've been conditioned to believe that I should be happy with what I have and never pray for more or want more, it's a hard thing to let go of. Yes, the belief that you're not there, and the belief... I mean, it's like you can ask for something all day long, but when it's there, it's like Jen and I were talking about it being like, I want to fly. I want to be able to fly. I want to fly, which is what we've basically been telling the divine in whatever way. And then the divine has been teaching us how to fly. Okay, this is how you do it. This is what you do. And then now the divine is bringing us to the edge of the cliff. Like, okay, time to fly. Time to go. And we're like looking off the edge of the cliff like, I don't think, I'm just kidding. I don't really think I want to fly. Like, turn back, abort. Right, abort. What? Did I really ask for this? Like, yeah. So it's that feeling of, and that's because it's so amazing. So it's not just, can I have this amazing thing? It's once I see it, is it like horrifyingly amazing? It's like too amazing. It's just scary. It's like Marianne Williamson says, it's not the fact, we're not afraid that we're not good enough. That's really not our fear. That's not our core fear. What we're truly afraid of is our own brilliance and the strength of that and how huge that is and how terrifyingly frightening that is, because why it's so frightening? Because it's God. Because when you're embodying that, you're embodying the essence of God, which is terrifying in the purest sense of the word. In the purest sense of the word. What if you could see God? You'd be terrified. So it's a glimpse through you, through what God's doing through you, of God. Of course that's scary. Of course it's scary. But that doesn't mean we run away. It doesn't mean we abort. It doesn't mean we go, never mind. It just means we go, wow, God, that is terrifying. I humbly, just fall. Humble. Yeah, there you go. Humble. Yeah. And thank you. Gratitude. Right? Yeah. So. I love that. Yeah. Do we have any more messages? I feel like that's complete for the group. I do too. Yeah. I think I am going to do a little exercise with them, though, and with us if we'd like to. Let's do it. I usually do pick a card style at the end, just so everyone can use their intuition as well at the end. I don't know what to ask, though, so you ask the question, I'll pull the card. Okay.
You want me to ask or someone here to ask?
You, India.
Okay.
So basically, like, I'll let them, like, for example, I usually do, like, a surrender deck or a miracle, like a affirmation or something. So you pick the question and then I'll pull.
Okay. What
like
does...
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
Basically, like, a thing that everyone can practice their intuition on. So, like, what's something you need to release right now? What's something you need to focus on right now? Something like that.
Yeah. Let's think of how to phrase that.
Yeah.
Okay. So going into the new year, I would say, going into this new year, what is the biggest thing that Spirit would have us leave in the old year, just not even bring? It's like what happens in 2018 stays in 2018. What would that be?
Okay, so I'm going to pull whatever, 2 or 3 cards, whatever Spirit wants, then we'll have everyone pick a number. I'll let y'all know how many there are, depending on how many falls out. Ooh, yeah. I think we're gonna.
And how about I'll pull an Archangel Michael message for each number too, and then whoever gets number 1
yes,
can have that.
Yes. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so I have 2 so far. I think we're going for 3. If Spirit, yeah, okay. Okay, a lot of energy.
And I've got 3 here.
Yep. Same here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, or 3 guys. And then we'll pull one number at a time together. You guys are welcome to comment whichever number you pick after breathing on it, asking your guides, whatever you feel guided to do.
I'm 3. What are you, Ruchi?
You're
3?
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of 3s I see up here, too.
Yeah. 3s and 2s.
Lots of 3s. 3s and 2s. I haven't seen a single one. Oh, there you go.
There's got to be some 1, yeah. All right.
Couple more seconds here, guys, okay? All right, I feel good to start. All right, so surrender message for number 1 is surrender to trust. Very straightforward. Making sure that you're in alignment with believing. Trust yourself and your decisions. Being assertive as well in what you decide. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what you do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path.
Yeah, that goes perfectly with this message, because if you're resonating as, surrender to trust in the divine, this is saying specifically as Archangel Michael for help. And remember, Archangel Michael handles, protection. He handles leading you into those challenges. So turning over to the divine and saying, I trust, and then asking Archangel Michael to come in and help lead you through the fear, through whatever it is that you're afraid of facing. Beautiful. Moving forward with faith and peace at all times. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Birth confirmation over here. Alrighty. Number 2, guys, we have surrender fear. So really letting go of any conditioned fears, thoughts, thinking patterns in general. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. Once again, I'm really getting don't force yourself to heal automatically, or don't get mad at yourself if, something didn't go as planned, even if it's, taking care of yourself or whatever it is. Just really be gentle with yourself.
Yeah, and we were asking about leaving whatever, is in last year. So it's leaving that fear there, and Archangel Michael is saying the situation is already resolved. So it's about moving forward into this new year, knowing that everything's handled, not wondering, no longer allowing yourself to have those thoughts of like, how is this going to turn out okay, or is it not? Is this going to work out, or is it not? You're eliminating the or is it not. You're leaving that in 2018. You're not taking that into the new year. Do not take the or will it not work out. The situation's already resolved. Leave that behind. That's what you're not taking. It's already resolved. Aligning with that.
Yeah. Oh, strong messages. Okay, last one. Surrender comparisons with other people. So making sure that there's not this whole... I keep getting the word unity. So unity consciousness, once again, it's that compassion, seeing yourself in another, seeing them in you, just truly understanding that everyone is on their own journey, and not having to compare, like, whether it's with love, whether it's with, relationships in general, whether it's with career. You don't have to, just because it's a certain way and it seems a certain way on paper or with another person, you don't need to sit there and think you are less successful in any way, because I don't think there's such thing as being less successful.
No, because we're each on our own journey. If there's, and also, what is this showing me? If there's something from the last year you're leaving behind about comparing yourself to other people, what is that showing you in your own self? What, that desire to be compared or to do as good as or better. What is that showing within yourself? And then Archangel Michael is saying positive thoughts create positive results. So shifting away from the focus on others and shifting into how can you, I'm getting that, releasing the things you can't control and having the courage to face the things you can. What can I control? I can control my own vibration. I can control what I think about, even though it is difficult. I can control what I think about. So, moving forward into the new year, again, being completely done with those negative, comparing thought patterns. And yes, they're going to pop in once in a while. Mental negative thinking is going to pop in once in a while. But bringing more and more and more consciousness to it, and then shifting it every time it does without piling on negative thinking. Oh, I had a negative thought. Now I'm going to have negative thinking about having negative thoughts. Just detach and realign, in compassion for yourself. Yeah. It's been a lifetime of thinking one way. So it's going to take some conditioning, some reconditioning to think in a new way. But always include the divine in that. Thank you, God, that you're helping me to raise my vibration always to align with what I know you're bringing in, and it's funny. I found myself in a little bit of tense and worried, some energy at some point, and I stopped and I was like, oh, I had this awareness around like, oh, when I do this with my mind, it actually frustrates God. It actually is like, oh, she's doing that thing again with her mind. She's getting away again. And it was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And it kind of brought a whole new thing. Because there's something our minds do. They play a trick on us, our minds, where they trick us into thinking that worrying and having anxious thoughts, we're actually being responsible. And we're somehow doing what God wants us to do, right? Because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm worrying. I'm trying to figure it out. So we feel like we're on top of something, right? But in reality, we're doing the opposite of what God actually wants us to do, because God wants us to trust, release, put that aside. So it kind of helps work around the mental, oh, I'm doing my job by worrying. If we say, oh, no, we're actually doing the opposite of our job by worrying. If you want to do your job, empty your mind. If you want to do your job, shift out of that thought pattern, and leave that worry behind. Even if it's something quote, needs to be done or you need to deal with, shifting out of worrying about it and saying, thank you, God, that I know you're making this happen. I know you're guiding me through the steps I need to do to make this happen. And I'm not going to worry about it because I trust you, God. And that is much more what you should be doing, because the mind is really interested in doing what it should be doing, what it thinks it should be doing. It's really trying to do a good job. So if you give it that little goodie of like, you're doing a good job if you don't worry, you're doing a better job if you don't worry, if you trust. It's just a little mental workaround coming from someone who has always struggled with anxiety. So maybe many of us do.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, who doesn't, honestly? I mean,
yeah.
Oh god, there's some blank.
Yeah, to some degree, we all do. So, because like I said, our minds are made to try to get out in front of everything, to try to control everything. That's how we've stayed alive up till this point. But our challenge now, as a spiritual species, or as we evolve spiritually, is to bridge over into the new paradigm, where we're no longer going to be surviving and allowing the mind to lead us as a culture, as a planet. We're now going to be soul-led. We're now going to be led by the divine in everything we do. So therefore, the more we can move the mind out of the way, the smarter we're actually being, the more spiritually intelligent, they're saying, we're actually being. So just it's a little thing to help the mind, because as someone posted up, it is hard. It's hard to release fear. It's hard to get out of that because it is the mind and it's a trap. But that's a little trick for the mind, to...
Yeah, it's basically to make a new healthy habit out of it. It's going to take a while to make that habit again. So just make sure that you are trying. Make sure that you are taking the baby steps, and make sure that every time you do catch yourself, you freaking celebrate it, because it's hard to break out of cycles like that. And to even recognize it is a huge thing.
Yes.
But then after you recognize it, taking the necessary little steps, little every day, little every time, it will get easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm happy with the way this turned out.
Yes. I'm honored that you would have me, and I'm honored for everybody that has connected with us here, and thank you. And then happy New Year, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes, happy holidays, everyone. Well, you guys are going to see more of me, but I don't know about it yet. Go follow her.
See you soon.
All right, guys. And if you did not get to see all of this, I'm definitely going to be keeping it on the replay. So, India, you can send people here to see you and me as well. And I'm going to try to find a way to put it on YouTube as well as the other ones.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining. I love you all so much. I hope these messages resonate and you take them with you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.